Thanks for joining us for the next session of Protecting Your Business from Cyber Criminals. In this video, we're going to be talking about the dark web rises. Again, that's another horrible statement about dark, never mind. But basically, we're going to talk about the dark web. In the last video, we talked about two-factor authentication. The video before that, we talked about phishing. All three of these have to do with credentials and how your employees and yourself access the critical systems that are part of your business, whether it's your finance, your CRM systems, your email, all of those critical systems that are part of your business. So you may have heard of the term dark web. If you haven't, I'm going to give you a very easy rundown. I won't get into too much of the details about it, but basically the dark web is a hidden part of the internet that is only accessible through a certain piece of software called Tor. You don't need to really worry about what Tor is, but basically this part of the internet is completely anonymous. So it opens itself up to basically illegal activity, whether that's selling of illegal materials, weapons, drugs, or people's sensitive information such as their identity, their usernames, their passwords. All of that information is basically for sale on the dark web. And the crazy thing about the dark web is that it's anonymous. So there's not necessarily a way to track who's selling and who's buying this information. So why would you be concerned about the dark web? Well, here's why. If any of your employees have ever had their credentials stolen, it's going to be for sale on the dark web. And I can tell you this with certainty because we actually do dark web scans for all of our clients, and it's amazing how much information is out there about individuals, social security numbers, emails, passwords for different accounts and websites that have been hacked. And it may not even be your employee's fault, right? For example, Yahoo was breached a few years ago, and we're still finding out how big of a breach that was. Well, if you have a Yahoo account, chances are your username and password for Yahoo are for sale on the dark web. And if you haven't changed your password, then those criminals most likely are in your accounts trying to get information about you or use your email to send phishing campaigns or anything of the such. And the scary thing about that for a business is that if someone can access to your email, as an owner, they can wreak havoc. But even as a low employee, they can wreak havoc as well. Imagine if they got into one of your employees' email addresses with that username and password that's available on the dark web and started logging into things or sending emails to clients, telling them inappropriate information or just being rude or sending out a bunch of spam, which then gets your domain name, which is your website address, blocked so you can no longer send email. There's a lot of havoc that these cyber criminals can wreck your information, your credibility, a lot of those things by having this information. So with the dark web, it's very important to understand what it is, but it's also very important to monitor. If you're monitoring the dark web and you see a username and password comes available for sale, right? And it could be the receptionist username and password comes for sale. It's important to know the minute that comes up for sale so you can change that username and password, right? Because receptionists probably didn't know that their information's been hacked. They don't know that it's, they just logged in somewhere. They don't know the website they use is hacked. Adobe, for example, I know a lot of our clients use Adobe. Well, Adobe was hacked a couple of years ago. All those credentials are out there. If any of those employees are using the same username for Adobe as they are for their server access or their email access, it just takes a guess to get into those accounts. So what's important about the dark web is understanding what it is, understanding that is the place where things get sold. It's basically the black market, if you think about it, online. But it's also important to monitor because when you monitor it, you can take action quickly. The minute it appears for sale, you can go in and change that employee's credentials so that way they don't have access to everything. This is also why it's important to understand why you should have different passwords to different things and why you should have two-factor authentication turned on. Because if you have two-factor authentication, yeah, you still want to change the password, right? But it means that that havoc can't be as easily, taken on your business. So one of the things that we want to do for everyone watching this video is we want to offer a free dark web scan, completely free, no strings attached, for your business. And we can show you what information is already out there on the dark web so you can start taking action. You can go to creativeit.com/darkweb, the link is below, And just let us know you're interested in that. We'll be in contact with you and we'll run that scan for you at no charge. Of course, if you have any questions, my phone number and email address are below. Feel free to reach out to me. Love to talk to you more about any dark web or any of the topics we've been talking about. Thank you so much for your time.